What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 8, Episode 10. So if you haven't seen Episode 10 of Season 8 of Tyler Perry's Sistas, turn this video off, go watch the episode, come back and watch this video. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. It's a simple, free, easy, anonymous way to support my channel. It's the best way to support my channel. So just like and subscribe to my channel to help support my channel. I sound repetitive, whatever. I'm not a public speaker. I will tend to fumble my words and say, so, like, 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. Anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. Comment below what you would grade this week's episode, what you thought about it, if I forget something or if I'm off on something. I leave something out, let me know. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. This episode, it wasn't that bad. I know I'm a day late reviewing it. I usually review it on Thursdays, but I had to work overtime yesterday, so I was tired. Just pregnancy be pregnancy in, so I give these reviews out when I can. I think this week's episode, I would grade it, because it wasn't bad. I'm feeling like, did I learn anything new in this episode? Can't remember. I'm gonna put it in between a B- and a C+, but I'm gonna wait until I'm done reviewing it to see if I change my grade. But for now, I'm gonna put it in that little soft spot, that sweet spot between a B- and a C+. So this is your last chance. If you have not seen Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 8, Episode 10, turn this video off so you don't get anything spoiled for you. So, the episode begins where we left off in last week's episode, where Gary shows up at Andy's place. So Andy starts questioning him about how he found his way there, just things like that. Gary starts getting overwhelmed. He screams, like, I don't know. So Andy is, like, basically falling for all this bullshit, because I done already said I feel like Gary's faking it. Because it's like, how do you not remember anything but you remember Andy? And now you show up at her place so you remember where she lived, the penthouse you got her. I'm just like not buying it. But either way, Andy is about to call the hospital, and Gary stops her and he's like, please don't, because I don't want to go back there. And he's like, can't you help? He's asking her, can she help him? And Andy just falling for it. So she gives Gary some of Jordan's clothes to change into. And while he's in the other room changing, she calls Hudson. He getting smart and shit. I don't have time for this. Gary's missing. She's like, I know, because he just showed up here. So after he accuses Andy of checking Gary out of the hospital without his knowledge, Andy telling him no, then he's like, he's on his way there to get Gary. Then we go to this airport scene with Danny and the coworker and Tony. It's just so cringe and annoying and dumb. So we get to the airport scene. Danny's coworker, he's basically badgering her about not doing her job because she's sexting with Tony. And then Danny calls Sabrina to tell her about Leonard. So we go back to the salon where Zach walks in on Aaron, feeling Karen's stomach, feeling the baby's kick. And Karen's like, what are you doing here? He's like, I was just dropping by since I was nearby. And Zach, of course, sees Aaron feeling the babies. He asks, can he feel the babies too? So Aaron's like, of course, let's give baby daddy number 2 a chance. And Zach's like, I'm baby daddy number 1. I hit it first. They have that little moment. Karen's like, okay. So Zach starts to feel Karen's belly, but he's not feeling anything. He don't feel any kicks or anything. I'm kind of actually happy. I mean, not saying that I don't want Zach to feel the baby's kick or whatever, but I was happy that happened, because it's like it would have seemed so fake if the babies were still kicking while Zach put his hand right there. Like, yeah, okay, they kicking with Aaron there, but I feel like if Zach put his hand right there and they was kicking too, it would have been like, all right, babies don't be kicking that damn long. If they feel another person, they would stop or something like that. But either way, so Zach gets to feeling Karen's belly. The babies aren't kicking anymore. So then Aaron, he dips out. Zach starts to tell Karen how he's kind of jealous that the babies were kicking for Aaron and not for him. And he talks about, missing out on a lot of baby milestones in Michael's life, his son. And he doesn't want to miss anything when it comes to his baby with Karen. And Karen's like, okay, we're going to make this co-parenting thing work. Me and Fatima are on a good page now. I'm going to make sure that you don't miss anything when it comes to the babies. And they have that agreement. And then Karen gets a call from Fatima. And Zach is like, answer it. She knows I'm here. So I like that they got this transparent relationship now. All three of them, Zatima and Karen. Zatima and Karen. Zatima, Zach, y'all know. So, we go back to Andy's place. Andy gets a call from Robin. He's telling her he's downstairs. Andy tells Robin that Gary is there. We go back to the salon. Karen answers Fatima's call. Tells her Zach was just there. And Fatima's like, oh, I already knew that. That's not what I'm calling about. She's like, but thank you for telling me. Thank you for keeping that communication open. So she tells her, I'm calling you about a legal matter. She's like, the client, Miss Marie is a client of ours, and I was assigned to look over the contract that you and Pam have with her, and I was wondering if you and Pam could stop by my office. And Karen's like, okay. And they end the call. Pam walks over like, who we gotta go see? And Karen's like, Fatima. And Pam's like, oh no, this is the setup. She's still mad about what happened at the salon. At the shop or something like that. So Karen's like, no, it's not that. She wants to talk to us because Marie is being represented by one of the lawyers at Andy's firm. So then Karen starts talking about she's worried that Miss Marie might be trying to back out of her investment with Rooster Riches. So we go back to Andy's place. Robin comes up. Gary doesn't seem to remember Robin neither. So Andy reintroduces Gary to Robin. Her and Robin step away, not even out of earshot of Gary. He can still hear every fucking thing, which I was just like... But movies do that all the time. They step away, and it's like you think the person that's in the same fucking room can't hear you. But okay. So Andy tells Robin about Gary's memory loss and how he just showed up at her place. And of course, Robin is basically... Well, I'm not going to say all of us. I'm going to say Robin is like me. Like, he don't buy the bullshit. He's like, it's an act. Like you really... And you falling for it, Andy. And that's what I think. I really do think so. So we cut away to Zach calling Fatima. Fatima tells Zach that she's meeting with Karen and Pam to go over the contract that they have with Marie. And then this is when Zach tells Fatima about him overhearing Hayden telling his boy that Tamara was sleeping with a friend of his that's in the hospital, and how Hayden has the footage in the cloud. So Zatima, they are now trying to devise a plan on how to get the footage to give to the police, so Hayden can be suspect number one, and they can drop down in the suspect list. I'm like, for Fatima is supposed to be so gangster. That's kind of like snitching tease, but okay. So, Hudson then arrives to Andy's place. And Gary tells Hudson, I don't want to go with you. I want to stay here with Andy. Hudson tells Gary, you need to go back to the hospital. Gary freaks out. He's like, no. And Andy then convinces Gary to go back to the hospital. She promises she's going to come see him after her and Robin finish working. So Gary goes with Hayden. Hayden takes Gary away. So then this is the scene that is cringy, is annoying, is irritating. We get back to the airport. Was it not just the last episode or the episode before where Tony told Danny that they got to cool it at work because people like Leonard are saying stuff like he's saying? So this nigga Tony come over there. He's all hovering over her, talking flirty. It's just right in front of this nigga like he didn't just call y'all out and you said y'all was going to chill out. talking about you want to go to my office. It was just like, then what did y'all do all that? Like, why do y'all think he's saying what he's saying? Like, in real life, that shit like that wouldn't really fly. So Danny, she seductively tells him no. She's with the shit basically. She's like, oh no, you know, later we can eat cake. It's just like, it was just like, okay, like what? So then we get this scene. Fatima sits down with Karen and Pam. Fatima tells them that their contract with Marie seems legit. So it seems like all is well. Karen then asks if Marie was trying to find a loophole to get out of her investment with them. And Fatima's like, no, the total opposite. Marie is excited to see the growth of this venture with you guys. So Karen and Pam are happy. And then Hayden walks in. And he's like, he looked over the contract. And he has reservations about going into business with the untested startup from a ghetto salon. So Pam and Karen start going in on Hayden. Then Hayden brings up the woman that tried to scam them with the shaved off edges. And he tells Karen and Pam that he's going to recommend to Marie that she pull her investment from Roots to Riches. So we cut away to another, I feel like, I mean, how I feel about these type of scenes, they don't be giving me much. But Rich comes to see Sabrina at work, and he surprises her with a gift, and it's a basketball, because when they went on their double date with Maurice and Grayson, she mentioned that she played basketball back in her day. So he gifts her with a basketball and tells her to set up another double date with Grayson and Maurice at the basketball court, which we know Maurice ain't gonna want to fucking do. He didn't even want y'all talking about sports. So what makes you think he gonna want to do something at the basketball court? But okay. So then Sabrina tells Rich about being nervous about waiting for Rich's results. I don't know why, but for some reason, since we waiting so long to hear about Rich's results, I got a feeling that he ain't going to be able to have kids, or it's going to be some type of trouble to where they ain't going to be able to have a child together. And then she going to have to go back to her first option, which was the dude. We ain't even seen that dude no more. The one that was originally supposed to give Sabrina his sperm. So then we go back to the law office. Fatima steps outside with Hayden, and she basically fills Hayden in on Marie's background and says, you know, Marie sees herself in Karen and Pam, and she wouldn't like that you were just shutting them down and saying no. And Hayden's like, I can sway Marie to see my side of thinking, like basically saying he can smash her and get her to change her mind. But she ain't even, it don't even seem like Marie into that no more. So, Fatima's like, come on, Hayden. Like, she basically, like, come on. She's just like, come on, Hayden. So he gives in. He's like, okay, I'll tell Marie not to pull her investment. And then he tells Fatima, from now on, you're going to be running point on this Roots to Riches situation. And Fatima's like, that's fine. So Fatima goes back in the office. She tells Karen and Pam that Hayden changed his mind. He's not going to tell Marie to pull out. So Pam and Karen are happy again. Pam leaves out. Karen thanks Fatima for basically going to bat for them. And Fatima then tells Karen that Hayden gave her a point on the case. So they're going to be seeing more of each other as far as legal matters go. And she asks Karen if she's okay with that. And Karen's like, yes. She's like, you know, I wouldn't have it no other way. And they shake hands, basically agree to be civil and, you know, get along for the sake of this legal matter situation, and because they about to share a baby. So we get to this final scene back at Andy's place, and Robin is questioning if Andy still cares for Gary, which she does, because we remember she was just telling the girls after Gary got stabbed and was in the hospital. She was like, you know, even though I should want him dead or whatever, I still can't help but like feel for him or think about the good times, whatever the case may be. So of course she still has these feelings for Gary. So Andy, you know, she brings up, why would you give my caseload to Hayden after what Hayden and Gary tried to do to you? And Robin's like, I know what I'm doing. He's like, it's just temporary. he tells Andy she's so vulnerable when it comes to Gary, and Andy tells Robin, you know, like, I don't need your saving from Gary. And Robin looks super pissed. Remember, I called, I'm not saying that it's going to be Robin, but if it turns out to be Robin, I called that shit last season before they brung him back. Last season, I said, what if it's Robin, because we haven't seen this nigga, and he popped back up. And he doing it because they tried to buy him out of the business. I said, what if it's Robin? And then what happened? Season 8, episode 1, they brought Robin back. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was Robin that tried to stab Gary. But it's weird because I feel like if it was Robin that tried to stab Gary, Robin wouldn't have came up in that apartment with Gary being there. Because he didn't know at the time that Gary had memory loss until he walked in and Gary was like, who are you? So, I don't know. But, that's how the episode ends. I'm going to put it at a C+. I know I said between a B- and C+, but now that I've done talked about it, the same with Tony and Danny and the coworker was blah. The same with Sabrina and Rich was blah. But I mean, it wasn't a bad episode though. It wasn't like as stupid and slow moving as most some episodes be. So I'm gonna give it a C+. What do we see in the next episode? I can't even remember what we saw in the next episode. I just have to wait and see. But those are my little thoughts or what have yous for this episode. And that's my grade. So let me know in the comments your little thoughts and what have yous and what you would grade this week's episode. If I forgot something or was off on something or left something out, let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe to the channel. If you sat here for 17 minutes and watched this review, you could take 5 seconds out your time to like and subscribe to the channel. It's free. No money out your pocket. It takes less than 5 seconds to do. It's anonymous, so I won't know that it's you and liking the goddamn video. So just, if you want to support up-and-coming black content creation, that's the best way to do it, just by liking and subscribing. So like and subscribe. Comment below. Thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.